Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is how to fix your tech. Now today I decided to make a video on how to install VirtualBox and use it. Now I've had a lot of situations where I needed VirtualBox either for a video or for scammers. No, just kidding, I don't do that. Nah, but I've had multiple uses for VirtualBox for videos, so I decided to share it with you. But anyway, until then, let's roll the intro. Alright guys, so the first thing you need to do is choose your browser. I'm going to use Firefox in this case. I mean, I can use Chrome, but anyway, doesn't matter. Sorry about that. Then all you'd have to do is search up Oracle, if I can spell, no, VirtualBox. You're not getting the other version, the VMware version, but that's just because the other version is a paid version. Now this is actually free, so just click on that one. Alright, now all you can do is you can click download VirtualBox 6.1. Now I've already downloaded it, so all you have to do is click it, and then wherever you get VirtualBox you can just go yeah. Alright, so once you've got VirtualBox, all you have to do is open it, and I'm going to create a new VirtualBox just for this. Now, it might come up with this if you've already got it installed, but I have not, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Alrighty guys, so now let's click up here to new. Now, you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to do Windows 10 because I've already got Windows 10. Now, oops. Alright, now, what you can do is you can name it Windows 10, whatever you want, then click next. Now, it depends. So, I've got 16 gigs of RAM here. Now, if it's got 8, I would recommend around this. If you've got around 4, I would recommend like this. And if you've got under that, I would not recommend using VirtualBox. But anyway, I tend to prefer around the 4 gig range because it doesn't require that much. Then you can click next. Now, if you have an existing VirtualBox hard disk file, which you probably don't, you can click that. But I'm just going to go create a virtual hard disk now, and then go create. Now, I prefer VirtualBox disk image. You can go any of these, but I usually click this. But I'm going to use virtual hard disk for this purpose. Then I'm going to click next. Now, this is where it can be interesting. Now, if you have a lot of storage left on your drive, you can probably click dynamically allowed. Let me explain it for you. So, dynamically allocated is for the operating system. If it needs more storage, it can take it, but if it doesn't, it'll just go to the minimum amount. Fixed size is where you choose your own amount that the hard drive can access, but if you are running out, it won't add any more. Now, I'm going to go fixed sized here, but because dynamically allowed doesn't need any more steps, so I'm going to go fixed size for anyone else who wants it. Then you can click next. Now, this is where you choose how much you want. I don't even have 2 terabytes, I have 1.5 including the SSD, but I'm on my hard drive, which has 1 terabyte. But all you have to do is change the folder to whatever you want. I am going to put it on the hard drive because the SSD is running out, even though, but I'm going to do it anyway because I don't want the SSD to run out, and I won't keep this as I've already got one up here, but I will upgrade it. So then you can click save. Now this is where we go, the storage bit. So this is between 4 and 2 terabytes, 4 megabytes and 2 terabytes. It's defaulted us to 50 gigabytes. Now I would recommend about 50 but if you run out of space, 40 will do the trick. I wouldn't go any lower than 25 because Windows is a bit heavy on stuff, and if you want to use a VirtualBox, Windows uses around 10 to 15 gig, so I'd use about between 25 to 50. I only use 40 since I'm not or 38 since I'm not going to use it. Then you can click create. Alrighty, now it should do this. It might take a little while, so just be patient. It depends on if you're using an SSD or a hard drive, but I'll see you back when it's done. Alrighty everyone, so now it's done. Now all we have to do is go into settings. Now there's a few steps here that you can take. So if we go into system, then we can have a look here. Now this looks pretty good, but as I said, if it's too much, it's too much. Now we can go here to processor, and you can choose how many CPUs it wants to use. I'm going to go to 2. And that's pretty good. Alright, now let's go into acceleration, turn hardware virtualization on, and leave this. Now in display, you can choose your video memory. I'm going to go all the way up there. It's got one monitor, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to enable 3D acceleration because it just doesn't need it, but you can choose. Leave that, go into storage. Now this stuff you should have already done, so it looks pretty good to me. Now let's go to audio, don't really need to worry about that. Just can have a look, but it looks pretty good to me. Now let's go into network, and you probably don't need to fiddle with that. Serial ports, don't need to worry. USB, shared folders, alright. Okay, now all we have to do is go and up here, click start. Now, this is where you want to choose the disk image. Now, all you have to do, click the folder, click add, then you have to find it. And there it is, Windows 10 ISO. Then you can click choose. So you will need an ISO. You can search up a video. I'll probably put one in the cards if you need it. But there we go. Then click choose. Then click start. Alright, you can full screen it by going view, full screen mode, and we're booting in. Alright, now it's the setup process, so all we have to do, change this to yours, install now. Now what you have to do, click I don't have a product key, Windows 10 Home, I accept the license terms, custom, new, and apply. Then click OK. And click the primary one, and then go next. And just let it do its thing. Alright, now it's time to restart. And let it boot up again. Now, what you can do is you can click a key, and it should just boot up. Alrighty, now all you can do is you can go next, repair your computer, then you can go continue. Alright, so when you get here, click F12. And then all you can do is go into 1. Alright, so Cortana should come up, unfortunately, but anyway. So, as you might notice, the display driver isn't perfect right now, but it should turn back to normal like it normally does. And I'm going to shut you up. Awesome. Alright, so now you can choose your region. Now, I am not United States. I am... I am Australia. Click yes. Now this is the right keyboard layout. We use the US keyboard. And if you need to add a second layout, it's just the same thing by clicking add layout and then clicking it. But I'm going to skip because I don't type two keyboards. Now, this is where I would say I don't have internet, because you probably just want to make a local account. You don't want to make a Microsoft linked account for a VirtualBox, because, you know, it can be risky. So just click I don't have internet. Now you can click continue with limited setup. Alright, now you can make a name. PC, and you can put a dash there if you want. Now, I'm not going to create a password, but you can. Now, honestly, I think you can turn all this stuff off, to be honest. Because it's all like, you know, ads and stuff, and location, which is kind of sketchy. Now, I'm going to click not now, but this is just Cortana if you want it. Alright, now we have to go through this. Now, I'm going to fast forward this because it does take a long time if you're having to wait there. So, I'll just fast forward it. Alright, so here we go. Now, it might search for a display driver, but it really doesn't need it that much. Now, what you can click on, I guess, is View, go to Optical Drives, and then click on VBox Guest Editions.iso. Now what you can do is go into File Explorer. Sorry, this is a bit slow because it's running off a hard drive. It's not the fastest experience in the world. Alright, then you can go to this PC, and where it says CD drive VirtualBox Guest Editions, click on it. And then run the application that says VBox Windows Editions, and if you're on 32-bit, click that one. Click yes. Click next. Next. Install. Go install. Now, what you want to do is you want to reboot it now. So click finish. And there we go. So it might still look like this, but it might work too. So it's worth installing the guest editions because, as I said, there we go, it'll work. So the guest edition CD has all the drivers in there, so there we go. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hopefully the video doesn't turn out too long in the end. And I'll see you in another video.